5, 6, 36.
So looking forward to s'mores.
Yeah,
That's gonna be nice. I never had s'more before. You ever had
it's good.
s'mores? Is it good?
The chocolate's warm,
Yeah.
and
You heat up the marshmallow.
Yeah.
How do you heat up the chocolate?
you don't really. I mean, I think people have different techniques, but then you just take the marshmallow, chocolate, graham cracker, and then graham cracker on the bottom, and you just then you get
Chocolate. It's graham cracker, chocolate, marshmallow,
yeah, and then graham cracker.
and then graham cracker on
Yeah,
top.
it's a sandwich.
Is there a way we can warm that up?
Yeah, I mean, some people probably have a technique. You're gonna see.
I'm interested to see how this works out.
Just to have a piece of chocolate's pretty
Just
nice.
exactly. Are we having milk chocolate?
Dark chocolate, I hope.
I hope so. But you know someone's
What
ordered
if they got white chocolate?
milk chocolate. Oh, I would be so upset. They
When
probably.
I was a child, I liked white chocolate.
Yes. As a child, I like when someone make the homemade chocolate lollipops. They would like put them in like maybe like Easter bunny face, and they put the stick in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Those
now
are-
white chocolate's like the grossest
It's
thing in the
disgusting.
world.
And I tend to like dark chocolate.
Is that because your taste buds die as you get older, so you need more
Probably.
and more stronger things?
I would tend to think there's something to do with that. I mean, you think when you were a kid, I didn't like anything when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't like any meats.
You weren't eating blue cheese on a regular basis.
No, I wasn't.
I know I've talked about this before, but there's a place in Albany where their specialty is like pizza, and then you dip it in creamy blue cheese dressing and eat it.
Pizza?
Yep. You
Really?
take the pizza.
Is it now? Let me ask you this. Wait, is it like a fast food style pizza, or is it
No.
like a good pizza,
It's a good pizza.
like a John? Or are we talking?
It's a thicker pizza. It's
Okay.
not. I mean, but it's
Yeah,
still thin.
it's still thin. Yeah.
This we're talking like.
Oh, it's like you ever have a Nona pie? Like, it's like not as thick as a Sicilian,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah,
thicker and it's cooked in the pan.
Yeah. I mean, we're not talking pizza.
Chicago. Because I went to the
There's like Bisquick in it.
one in how was it at? I went to one in Jersey, and it was just a chain.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
But they're still good once in a
I
while.
was like, I
Just
was
a tomato
so
and cheese?
upset.
Why? It's like it's a unique pizza.
But it tasted like just, I don't know. It was just like, okay, there was a little sauce, there was a little cheese, and there was a lot of dough, which I'm okay with, but it was just too fast food for me.
Yeah, it's total fast
That-
food. They
like,
probably come frozen
Yeah,
in the thing.
the
and they
dough
heat 'em
comes
up.
frozen.
Yeah.
And I said to the guy, because the guy came, like the manager came over, and he's like, "Oh, how did you like your pizza?" I'm like, "It was terrible." He's like, "What do you mean it was terrible?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I mean," he's like, "We had everything in premises." I'm like, "Does that mean putting sauce and cheese and frozen thing?" I was like,
My brother worked outside of Fenway Park.
"Oh,
when he was in
and that was a
college.
legit one that takes like 45 minutes to get a."
Probably.
Because I was watching a thing on TV, and you walk up, and they tell you, "Hey, it's going to be like 45 minutes before you get your pizza." You know, so you go there
I
when you're
could
not
do
hungry.
that, yeah.
It's like a baked potato. You put them in the oven when you're not hungry,
Right.
hoping that maybe
We should have baked potatoes here.
we should have baked potatoes. I would be
When it
happy.
gets colder.
I would be happy with a boiled potato.
I would be happy with a baked potato, some sour cream and cheese in it,
Yeah.
and butter.
How about double baked?
You can make them in the microwave, but I don't think the skin is good.
Well, we're not going to have a microwave.
We might.
We might. We might.
That's the first thing that'll happen.
Yeah, it is. I'm so.
You know what the nice thing is? Regardless of what happens, between now and Saturday, things are going to be very quiet,
Things are going to be quiet.
right?
You would think.
There's going to be like jockeying, but there's going to be no freaking.
There
There's
is.
going to be like.
You already saw you already saw it, like in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People like, I mean, I don't think there's many people like who are nervous. Like,
no, it's largely outside of everybody's control. So it's just like, I mean, it's kind of like entering this situation. You're just like, let's see what happens. And leaving, it's like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think being here for 2 or 3 months is better than being here for a month, though.
Yeah.
I think after that, it's anybody's guess.
I mean, I would be shocked. Like, and I'm sure, as would you, be shocked if, like, you were in the top 2.
Yeah.
You know, like, I would be like, it's like that?
Yeah.
You backstab.
No, it's like, people don't vote for the, they vote for you because they figure nobody else will or whatever.
Right,
and
right.
They don't want to look like it. So they're like, all right, I'll throw Rob up. And then, like, everybody thinks the same way.
It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
I'd be disappointed, I think, if I had to leave now. I think in March.
Yeah, no.
Late March? Like, end of March would be great. Because you know how cold it is at home soon?
April, I'd be all right.
Yeah.
End of March, go home for my birthday. For my birthday in April. I can't believe that myself, Aaron, and Hex all have the same birthday.
That's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Same day, actually.
Oh, actually, Hex is the...
The 19th. Poor Danica. Like, terrible.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her.
A little part of me is like, I'm sick now. I'm sick.
You got that mentality, huh?
Yeah.
You're hypochondriac a little bit?
I don't know. I'm just like, if it's stomach bug, it's like, I got it.
I usually do that. Like, when Jess comes home from the hospital, I'm always like she'll hug me. I'm like, wait, no, shower.
Yeah.
Please shower.
Yeah. Being around, ugh.
She, like, does it so fast.
Yeah.
I didn't know you do
It's better.
yoga that
Because then
fast.
it's, like, vigorous and you're, like, getting strong,
Oh, really?
That's, like, she does these, like, Ashtanga practice, which is, like, very definite movements. And there's, like, a count to it and everything. Yeah, we were joking, were you there when Chris and Bree, they're like making out and Red just pops up and starts talking about what, what I mean? Like, he doesn't even be like, hey, how are you?
He walks up to you like he's already in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah. I noticed that early on. I just sort of stopped thinking about it.
That's funny. I can't believe I blew out my favorite shorts. I was trying to wear those shorts every day.
Here you were thinking you were getting skinnier. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. My ass blows them out.
Dude, eventually all of our clothes will get ruined.
I want to buy some more.
You ain't gonna be buying John.
No, I will.
There's no way.
I'll get them.
I think I'm already I can't believe how much I spent not recklessly, but just indiscriminate.
What do you mean?
Like on clothes. Like these sweatpants were $120 probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
these are $165. These sneakers.
Yeah.
And I bought them to come here.
We get $10 a week. $40.
And I almost bought another pair while I was right before this.
I went on kind of a spree before I came. I think it was like nerves. It was just like I need.
Yeah. I went to the store to nuts.
Yeah.
I think I bought like 10 shirts, 2
Yeah.
pairs of jeans. I bought a zip-up hoodie.
Yeah. I didn't bring a lot of the stuff I bought.
Really?
10 t-shirts. Like blank t-shirts just to have, you know what I mean? And then my girlfriend was like, those are ugly. Don't wear those.
I brought you something. That's funny.
They're like $4
Hose
each.
extension.
Yeah.
They're not using over the barn where I made that tube fit in that other thing.
Hell yeah.
Everything
And I trimmed this one up.
Right.
It should fit right
you go
in
on
there.
a buying
Way to
spree.
do this.
Came here.
Pinch this off. No, I screwed that up.
Me neither.
Or even a third of it.
I must have spent about $600
Over.
stuff.
Really? And then they were like, you can't have a
Again,
crust
you
bar.
have. I was like,
I may have
I spent
some more.
hundreds and hundreds of dollars on like toiletries and food and like.
And then you can take it
$50.
all the way. I may need to trim it a little bit
that?
more, but
Yeah.
you see the
what is it?
gist of it.
Heels.
But then you trees,
East
them
Village.
along that end,
Yeah.
and that other garden.
No, I have that too, but like.
Hills is like top of the line.
You got all that
Oh, I
extra.
can't put the hose
13
on.
You can't
it.
put that's why you got, but you can either do that or just water the trees straight out or that garden straight out.
Well, here, let me take that now then and go get those.
All
They
right.
don't even advertise.
And I'll
My
print this up
buddy,
for them
a
into the
good buddy
evening
of mine is
anyway.
a lab guy there,
Oh, really?
and we split
What
a.
fits both better?
He like runs a lab. He's a PhD, and we split a beach house the summer before, and he just brought in a box of this shit. Free.
Yeah.
Keep
Where's
forward.
your beach house?
West Hampton. Like right on Dune Road. Like right on.
I've never been out to the Hamptons.
Is it
It's
awesome during the summer?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I spent way more, you know, because you like pay for the house, and then you're like renting cars, and then you're like, girls are coming, I gotta get a cool car, and then dinners, and I was always like bringing different people, and it's like I spent more than I should.
I remember I had to go out to Boston one time, and when I was living in the city, and yeah, I had to impress. So it was like a week, so I got a zip.
Yeah,
It was like ridiculous. I just basically blew $700
yeah,
On a car?
on a car to drive to Boston and back because I didn't drive anywhere
Right,
basically while I was there.
right.
It might not even. You know what? It might have been like 3 days.
You can walk all the way
Yeah.
up to
What
it.
was
Should
that
be
cost?
able to
But when you
walk up
rent
to
in New York
everything.
City, it's so expensive. Like I went down to Charleston,
Yeah.
I rented a Mustang. It was like $200 for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
In New York, it would have been like $700.
Crazy. Well, yeah, I love that.
I had fun though that summer.
Yeah.
Every weekend I was like, girls. Some weekends, 2 girls together. So fun.
Going crazy.
Yeah. And the parties are like insane.
Yeah. Still a lot of money, huh? Ridiculous.
Have you ever seen people rent these houses out there for
They're
the summer? 3
disgusting
months.
prices.
$150,000, $200,000 for the summer for 3 months. Just like boom,
Not better?
gone.
Much
You're renting.
better.
You're not like keeping it.
I'll finish some trimming out here in a second whenever you're
It's
done.
gotten
Thank
so
you, Red.
crazy since the
You know?
economy kind of recovered for certain pockets,
Yeah.
and the concentration of wealth out there is insane.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the country is like, oh, we're in a recession. Not certain parts.
No. Recession proof.
Yeah.
And building out there, forget it.
Everywhere.
You're making so much money.
If you're a builder, and it's
Yeah, and you're
probably
established out
there's
there.
probably not that many buildings.
Tons, man. People
Yeah,
are
really?
dividing their land. I mean, it's gonna be shit.
No subdividing.
Yeah.
That's
These big estates are getting broken up and
Yeah.
parcels and stuff.
Yeah.
You look at some of the houses like on Google Earth, and you see how much land they have, but how close they are to everybody else.
I've been to like crazy ass like these are like $80 million like
Houses.
properties.
That's disgusting.
Crazy. I mean, that's not what I was at, but I got invited to friends' houses and stuff. I was like,
Malcolm
I'm like,
down hard.
Huh?
You
What
didn't
am I
see it
doing
'cause
wrong?
he-
Yeah.
Like look at it. So like Stern's house is like 55 million.
I saw him when I was out
Yeah.
like a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, his house. He bought an area in Florida. I think he's building a mammoth place out there.
But houses that were like $20 million like 5 years ago are now like 40 million.
Yeah.
Like they've doubled.
They're
These?
jumping like
Yeah.
20% a year or something like that.
Vines
It's
up along the
disgusting.
fence row.
Mhm.
You can get all them now, all the way up to that tree up there.
Who the hell can,
There's a whole bunch of
That's
them
what
up
I
on
wonder.
there.
afford it?
And I always
Nobody-
the think like I make good money, but I wasn't getting ahead. You know, like I saved or whatever, but I'm not gonna be able to buy a $1 million apartment. And I'm like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah,
maybe that's part of the reason I came here, because I was like, I can't live off of what I'm like. I can't sustain.
You can't sustain, I mean, or New York numbers, because you think even like. Say you get a $600,000 place, 1 bedroom apartment, or I mean, a 600 square foot place. You're still spending, $650,000, $700,000 depending on where it's at.
Yeah. For a 1 bedroom apartment.
For a 1 bedroom apartment.
That's fucking crazy. You get 2 houses. In Utah, nice ones.
And then if you get married, like God forbid you meet somebody and fall in love and want to get married, like.
Yeah.
You know what I could
figure
do?
What's
it's
that?
probably
I
about,
put that in between the 2 green cords
a month
and duct tape them up to where you can still use the end on the green cord.
Yeah.
$1 million loan.
That'd be awesome.
Is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $7,000,
Right.
not including your maintenance fee or your
maintenance anywhere from like $1,000 to $3,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I had friends that were making like $1 million a year. They were like, I can't afford it. So I was like, I can't afford it.
That's why they moved to New Jersey and buy mansions in Howell for $600,000 or Homedale or something like that. I mean, you can get just this.
And then if you have a kid, like how could you live in? You can't. I knew people that had kids. They're both, the couple both worked. They probably made like $500 a year. The kids like living on they're like living on like a pull-out bed, like. And then school starts, and you have to. The New York City schools, public schools are tough. There's only a few good ones, so then you have to pay private school $40,000 a year a kid. Like you get priced out like that.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, with the public schools, if you're in public schools, then you're vying to get into a particular school, and you don't go to the school in your neighborhood.
Yeah, you're trying to go to like Stuyvesant. The other cool ones, and then the rest are just like, I don't know. I mean, I've heard they're bad. Maybe they're good, but
there's a school right across from me. It must have been like, it's got to be like 1200 Park Ave, and it's like an old fort.
Yeah,
it's so cool looking. It takes up a whole block.
Like an armory kind of.
Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I could go for right now? No, I could go for a cinnamon bop. It's like when you first walk in, there's the bread section right there, and there's like a rack, and they have chocolate or cinnamon babkas, and it looks like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'd go for a churro, man. Churro. Oh, they're awesome. They're $1 each.
I used to live so close to, and then I would just get aggravated prices. I'm like, my problem is I'll spend the money, but just, why are you trying to gouge me?
Right.
I'll just go to Gristedes and get the same thing for less.
Yeah, I mean, every morning I would get a croissant. It was like $3.75.
From where?
Irving Coffee. And $3.75 for just a piece of bread. Maybe even $4 now. And the tea was $2 or $2.50.
Yeah.
Or I would get like yogurt and granola, and that was like $10. So you're spending like just like as soon as you wake up, you're spending $20.
Yeah. My breakfast is I get a chicken. I get a chicken, prosciutto, and
I still don't know how you eat that in the morning.
Yeah, chicken, prosciutto, and provolone.
Did you take a nap after?
It's like a hoagie. You get a hoagie for breakfast?
No, I get a round sandwich, with
you don't want
mayonnaise.
to answer that question.
Anyway, so I get that, something to drink, and then there I am, like $15. Oh, and before I leave, I always have to get a York peppermint patty. Yeah. And then I go to work.
Breakfast?
That's my breakfast.
Fuck. What do you eat for lunch?
One egg.
Well, a lot of times I wouldn't eat lunch. I would sleep through lunch. Or I would,
in an office.
I would have Sometimes, like on Thursdays, I would have
It's no big
turkey.
deal. Just put my fingertip over it.
They have this place. They have a turkey dinner
put it in the middle.
on Thursdays, and all the tryptophan.
Would like when I worked a couple of months in a firm upstate, and like before I got admitted to the bar, and it's like sandwich places with facts in the morning, like their specials. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We used to get that.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to when I worked in.
Where'd you work there? Is that on? I went to times on Hudson Street.
If you take what is it, Montgomery, all the way to the water, where the path is, it's right next to the path, and it's right across from the bank. Building. But
I used to hate going over there.
I used to do the reverse commute, and everyone would be like, "Oh, wow, that's so easy, huh?" No, not when you're schlepping downtown with all the Wall Street crowd, and and then you still got another
double trouble.
And then you still have another path over.
And that's such a weird group of people storming it, like past the where the World Trade Center site is. You're like rats. There's just like hundreds of them marching.
Yeah.
I hated that.
But I used to have to get off at City Hall, and then walk over.
Okay, I think that's everything over here.
But there, every lunch I would go. There was this buffet. Oh man, they used to have so much like
a Korean thing, or
like a Korean buffet, exactly. And they had these pork chops that would just marinate in this sugar sauce, something or other. Oh man, and ribs. I would pound that stuff like it was going out of style. But then we had like a soup guy move in a truck, and his soups were banging. So I'd have 2 soups or something. And then we had another guy who came in with pizza, right? And ended up his pizzeria was real close to my apartment, so I ended up going. I'd have lunch, and then I go to his pizzeria for dinner. But I used to take my dog to work.
Jesus.
Yeah, I would put her in her little carrier, and I would get on the train most of the time. But when I would grab the chain, I would grab it on, like 6. There wouldn't be anybody on it, so I'd just put her on her little thing, unzip it so she can stick her head out.
Yeah.
Take her all the way down, and take her to work. And just when I get in the office, I just let her out.
Do people know?
Yeah.
Right.
She
made friends with everybody.
Yeah,
Sure.
The owners of the broker, like she would be in their office just chilling. I hear him talking to her, and
that's so cool.
There was a guy with a hot dog cart, and one day I went to get a hot dog, and I'm like, oh, let me get a hot dog, and he's like, what do you want? I'm like, nah, just hot dog, no bun or anything like that. He's like, what are you doing with this? I'm like, I'm giving it to my dog. He gave me 2. He's like, here, give it to the dog. But the only weird part was when I take her out around the back of the building and to take a dump.
Right.
People would look at you like, what are you doing? Dog's taking a dump on the street. Yeah, where else is she gonna go?
The building I would go to is there was one of those old. Yeah.
Right. The guy with the hot dog stand was right on that corner.
Okay.
The Korean buffet was right across the street.
All right.
They had I used to get the Asiago bagel.